What's up, everybody? Hopefully everything's working. Gonna fit in a quick flight here. I'm gonna fly up to Laconia, New Hampshire. I went there a couple weeks ago up in the car with the family, but I flew there about 2 years ago. Nick, congratulations on your first dual lesson. How'd it go? Very good, my friend. So anyways, we're just gonna fit a flight in here. It's gonna be a little bit over an hour, and we're gonna be on VetSim to do this. And I just gotta make sure I'm connected here, so let's do that. I already filed the flight plan. Allergies are abound, so I'm sorry if this is a lot of congestion on here. That's just the way it's gonna have to be. Uh-oh. Alright, I thought I just crashed V-Pilot, but I didn't. Alright, boss's approach is on there, but I filed for 8,500 to go over the Bravo. I don't really feel like dealing with that tonight, you know what I'm saying? And so we're just gonna go for it. But we're out here on 9 Echo Foxtrot at Taunton, my closest GA airport. I don't know, you probably just need practice. When you first become a teacher of any sort, usually you kind of get down the flow, and that takes a while. And then eventually you're gonna find that when you keep planning these things left and right, that it's just going to become second nature after a while, because you're so used to where you have to be and what you have to do. So I wouldn't give up that easy on the first one. What I would do is make sure you have that outline of what you're going to do. Treat it like a Part 141, but be flexible other than a 141. Does that make sense? Like have an outline of where you're going with things. So I wouldn't say that yet. You got to try it a couple times before you say that. That's what I'd say. That'd be like me on my first day of teaching at kindergarten and having kids crying at me because it's the first day and saying I don't think I'm cut out to be a teacher. That happened. My first class ever was kindergarten. So it does happen. But alright, we're going to take 9 Echo Foxtrot out here. We're going to go for a quick flight to Laconia direct at 8,500. And I'll show you the checklist while we're here. And we'll make this quick, easy flight. But yeah, it takes you a while. It takes a while to get that flow. So, pre-flight pretend is done. Seat track, back lock, avionics are off. Hopefully everything works on this. So, I had the de-icer on, which is, on this would probably be nothing. What is that? I thought I heard it's flip. Uh-oh. Well, we might have to do this anyways. So, we'll do that. We'll just let it charge, because God knows it's probably going to be out of battery like it usually is. Alright, autopilot's off. Throttle, 1/4 of an inch. Get this all set up here. Throttle 1/4 of an inch. Mixture full lean. Brakes are set. We don't clear prop till about to start. Master on. There we go. Beacon on. I think we're going to have enough juice. And if not, we'll charge again. Fuel pump on. 1, 2, 3. Full out. Fuel pump off. And fuel is on and everything's on. Oh, no. Fuel's not on. Well, that came off when it wasn't supposed to. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. Off. Winnipesaukee it is, yeah. I thought about you when I was driving up there. I was like, I know someone has some type of place out here. So, but yeah, we went to Fun Spot, and then we went to one of the diners up there. It was like a day trip of Columbus Day. So, all right, clear prop. Uh-oh, it's not working again. All right, let's do the charging thing while I start it. How's that? Let's do that. All right, clear prop. Man, this butt kicker is butt kicking. It's way too high. All right, yeah, there you go. Wasn't like that when I tested it. Yeah, I thought I went there as a kid, but it ended up not being the place I thought. So, but it was pretty cool, you know, spend a little time there and then go to the diner for dinner, and then we drove back. So it was like a day trip. All right, and oil pressure is good. We stopped charging it. Lights as required, nav, and taxi at this time. Seatbelts, harness is good, flaps are up. Test if they go down. They do. And I felt it, so I'm going to say that they're probably down. And back up. Okay, very good. Avionics going on. I gotta drag the window over for the real sim gear, GNS 530. But yeah, we hadn't gone to that diner in like probably a year and a half. It's the Route 104 diner, and I like that place a lot. So cheap food too. So it does have, it has small little, I don't even mean by bumper cars, but it has the small little kid cars that I guess you could bump. But yeah. Alright, let's get ATIS here. I can't remember what the ATIS frequency is here, so let's go over here. 132.675, which makes sense now. Come on, let's get this going. I got that Gatorade over here. This is just a let's get a flight in, because I haven't flown in a while. Alright, monitor column 2.
Kilo Tango Alpha November, automated weather observation.
It's supposed to be calm.
Wind calm.
Yeah.
Visibility 10.
Okay.
Sky conditions, few clouds at 6,600 feet. Temperature 0 Celsius. Dew point 10 Celsius. Altimeter 3054.
3054.
Right.
So we're gonna depart runway 30 and go out. But yeah, 104. It's all that Common Man whatever series, but the 104 diner he owns all of them up the highway, up and down. But the 104 diner is pretty good at Laconia. So nice place for a date. We'll get a date. But no, we like it. It's pretty cheap on the prices too, and it's like very 50s-ish. So you don't see that a lot down here as much as it used to. We got the ATIS altimeter set. Transponder obtains alt and squawk, because it is. We're going to 8,500. We're going high today. I just don't feel like asking for Bravo clearance. I'm just going to go above it. Okay, squawk at 1200. Radio test 122.7, I think is CTAF here. You think I would know that? Yeah, it is 7. But we'll also do VATSIM Unicom. VATSIM Unicom November 489 Echo Foxtrot radio check, please. And if you probably have, my friend, yeah, I mean it's right on Route 104 over there. So pretty nice though. Good place to eat. Americana at its finest. Okay, taxi light brakes will test on the way out. I'm gonna go to runway 30, and we'll do the run up down there. So Toby eye tracker on. Reset it, and here we go. Turn that tablet off for a couple minutes. But we got real world weather, but not real world time. I went to fly during the day. Have some fun. They have a whole series of diners up there, so I haven't visited any of the others, but yeah, I don't know why. I remember from my childhood, and I thought it was Fun Spot, but it's not. Or maybe it is. But I remember there being like a bowling alley / video game place, which I thought was Fun Spot, but it wasn't. So now I'm wondering if that was New Hampshire. I thought it was as a kid. But Fun Spot's the only place I can really think of fitting that description, but I don't remember it looking like that. I remember it looking like a, how am I going to say it? Like really, really more touristy than what I saw. I thought the arcade was awesome though. It was awesome to see the old arcade games. So there it is. Yep, there's one in Tilton also. Yep. That might be actually the one. That might be the Route 104. I can't remember, but there's a whole bunch of them. So let's do the run up while we're here. Okay. Toby eye tracker off. Tablet on so you can see what I'm doing. Brakes are set. Fuel set to both. Good. Trim set for takeoff. It is. Flight controls. The box. Free and correct. And that's your lights. Looking good. Yeah, I don't know if it changed. It seems pretty normal. Instruments. Turn coordinates in the middle. No flag. Heading coordinate should be about 260 it is. Vertical speed looks good. Altimeter looks good. It's about 50. Price looks good. Airspeed looks good. And instruments turn mixture of best power 1800. Right magneto. Back to both. Left. Back to both. Okay, looks good. Vacuum amps. Charged slightly with good. Pressure, temperature good. And oil temperature could be higher. Idling. Good. Should probably put some heat on because it's probably very cold. Alright, need to check. We could do that. It's leaning. We're good. It works. Alright, throttle friction lock. I have one of those now because the TH1 has that. Alright, let's put strobe landing light on at this time. Everything is good. We're going to turn around. If we have a problem, take a fall on the commercial. Otherwise, there's enough runway ahead of us. We'll abort, take off, land directly ahead on the runway. If we are under 700 feet, this problem can't commercial. Otherwise, we'll land directly ahead. No 130 returns. Best glide speed, this is 68. For above 750 feet, this problem can't commercialize. We'll take a turn to the right because there's more to land there. Land downwind and the taxiway, the grass, the runway, whatever's available to us. Best glide speed, 68. Rotate at 55, climb at 74. Tablet off. Looking for traffic. Got some birds out there. But everything else is clear. Switch over to Taunton traffic, CTAF. Hey, did you see that they're doing VAT Canada, Mexico, and I think the Caribbean now is going to do CTAF also. It's kind of nice to see that they're going to follow real world stuff, you know what I'm saying? Taunton traffic, says an Anarcho Foxtrot departing runway 30 to the north, Taunton. Okay, Tobii eye tracker on. Still clear. Okay, on the floor. Heading looks good. Full throttle, here we go. I know that all those airline pilots, only airline pilots are there, are going to be like, but I like it a lot. And rotate. Probably should put direct to Laconia, but we'll try to do that now. And gotta wait till I get to 500 before I take that. Left 260, which is what they want you to do for noise ordinance. They don't want you to fly over the school if possible. Okay. Clear on the left. Take a turn to the left. 260. And then we'll continue on our way. Pretty much, yeah, because they're like, oh, why don't we just use 122.8? No one's on it anyways, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, it's realistic. Why not be realistic? Sorry you don't fly GA on VATSIM, you know? And it's nice how the controllers, if it's not a towered airfield at a certain time, I don't know, because they have to go look it up in the chart supplement or something like that, you know? That's all I can think of. Alright, we're going to climb at about 80. That way we get more cooling in the engine, hence visibility over it. And going to rock our wing clear to the right. Here we go, turning right on course. We might have to do a couple 360s here to get my altitude, but whoa. I think it's more immersive too myself, you know. Pretty good. We are on the Microsoft Flight Simulator East Server. If you want to fly with us, it's going to be a quick flight tonight, just up to New Hampshire. We have to get above the Bravo, which the tops of it is 7,000. So we're going 8,500 tonight. I'm going to trim up, let the trim do this for me. There is, yeah, that's actually right. You're right. I totally forgot about that. I don't know, because they don't like it, seeing that they think no one's on it. There's Taunton below us. Taunton River. Out there's where I live in Dighton. That's that green patch up there. We will not enter the Bravo until we're at least 7,000, 3,000 feet. We're going to start leaving the mixture. Okay, Tobii tracker off. Fly towards Mansfield, which is over there. That's usually kind of what I do if I want to go around the Bravo. The auto ATC? I don't know. I haven't really had a lot of experience with it. I think I used it like once. So I don't think it's that bad. I think it's more realistic, especially if you want to fly IFR, you know. So we'll get Boston on here and monitor it. Actually, I spawned on COM 2 for now. 133.0. Just to hear what they're doing out there. But again, we're not gonna get flight following tonight. I'd rather just do a flight to New Hampshire without going into the Bravo. That is Boston, if he's still on, that is. Boston approach 133.000. Yep. That's what I have in there, so. Yeah, I mean, I gotta be honest with you. When I was trying more IFR, it seemed like I was getting confused because of that. And the other thing I found confusing is that they wouldn't really track you as a GA aircraft as much. Oh, there we go. So that's COM 2 there. We're gonna keep climbing here. We're at 5,000. Up the mixture a little bit more. Maximum power is appreciated. But it always seems they would forget about you as like an IFR GA flight, and then like you'd be way too high and be like, can I start my descent? And then half the time they change it to a visual approach once you're near the airport. So, like, you know, I guess you could request the RNAV and stuff, but I don't know. I think they could do a better job keeping track of things in the IFR realm of things, for GA at least. There's Providence, Rhode Island out there. Right up there. We're doing a left 360 just to get up there higher, so. But if you're wondering where we are, here's a tablet. It always seems like they misjudged you. And then you were way too high on the approach because you had to get permission and, like, I don't know. I was trying to follow it because I was an idiot. And, you know what I'm saying. Here's that Swampset Pond. Got some clouds here. We should be above them when we get to 8,500 feet. Yeah, it's not that they're bad or anything. Like, I had a good IFR experience, but most of the time they're just like, oh, just clear visual and, you know, stay within it. And it's like they don't want to bother with you. Where I needed to practice, and I am gonna do some more IFR probably during vacation. So I get 2 weeks for winter break. Don't ask me how. School committee voted on giving us 2 weeks vacation, so that just means that we're supposed to go longer. But see, I'm 6,500. I'm just south of the Bravo here, near where I work in the real world. There's Taunton again. I think Svat Sim's doing a lot of leaps and bounds on where it should be. So, alright, we're going to start heading north now because we're going to be above 7,000. No, I think Boston's probably the best on VATSIM, to be honest with you. I agree with you 100% on that. I think Boston VATSIM is one of the best, and they're stocked and they're staffed a lot of the time. So, got the mixtures and get some more power out of this engine. definitely better. But we're also gonna try to hand fly this thing, so I think we're gonna go for that tonight as well. But we're over 7,000, so yeah, I think Boston. I've never had a problem. The most I've ever had a problem with Boston was one time they thought I was flying near Cranland too close, and they were like, "Do you know about the jumpers there?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm aware of the jumpers," because I was already monitoring Cranland at that point. And then at that point, he was overloaded with traffic, so he's like, "You're not cleared in the Bravo." So I just ended up going around it, which took me longer, obviously, but it was okay, you know. Yep. So. But other than that, like when I was flying back from Parliament Field that time, I had no problems. They just let me fly right near Logan. It was like a nice sightseeing flight on the way back on a Sunday. So, all right, we're getting up there. Take a look outside. Take off the tablet. That's the Route 24 495, I think. Intersection. That's usually a checkpoint on my visual. Flight logs. It's a pretty good one. Then you got Mansfield, 1 Bravo 9er out there. Gillette Stadium, the Patriots, right there. Good night, bud. Love you. It's half hour after your bedtime, by the way, so we gotta be better about that. He means well. There you go. We'll be good with the clouds. 8,500. We're almost there. Oh, awesome. Yeah. But yeah, don't sweat the CFI thing. You gotta stick at it for a while. Okay, I'm gonna trim down. No one is perfect. That's why teachers in public schools, you have 3 years to get rid of them for no reason. If they're really that bad, as a principal, you would just say this isn't working out. They let us know that when we get our principal license, like one of the first things. Okay, back this up now. And then after that, they have to give you a reason. So like, you know what I'm saying. You got to give it a chance. You got to do a lot of it. See what works, see what doesn't work, and you'll find your way. I found it hard when I changed from school districts because I was laid off in Rhode Island a way long time ago, and I moved to Mass, and it was just totally different. So even that, can be challenging. But you'll get through it. Just stick to your plans. Adjust them as needed. And you're going to find out what works for you and students, No, I don't think we're VFR here. But, no, it's just a little hazy. I'm sure we're fine. Oh, that's a cloud. Oh, man. Yeah, it's not impossible. You're going to have bad lessons and good lessons. That's why more experienced CFIs, no offense, are usually the ones to go with if you want to fish things fast. But you got to get your feet wet, so... And when you become experienced, you're gonna have that. So just take lessons as they come, and again, write down what works well, what you need to change, and change it. And eventually, your flight plans, your lesson plans are going to be the same for the same type of activity. So. But that is a normal process for teaching. You're going to have lessons that bomb, and you're going to have lessons that do awesome, and then all of a sudden, you're going to find all the lessons just kind of flow into a good thing every lesson, The good news is that you usually have students that are motivated to do it, so. I mean, I really don't have a lot of doozy lessons nowadays. It's usually more student interest, but I've been doing it for like 21 years, so. I would say I felt really comfortable after about the third or fourth year. Like really comfortable lessons were good, flowing, and But the first year is always the toughest because you're making the lessons and you're learning what works and what doesn't work. So, all right, we are coming up on Norwood ahead of us somewhere. Where'd you go? Norwood out there, Memorial. That's it. Yeah, you write down, you evaluate what worked well, and you keep it, and you change things that didn't, and then eventually you get a lesson that always works. And then you're gonna find out little tips and tricks to reach the people that don't get it that way, and you'll have like 3 different ways to teach the same thing. So just take notes on all your lessons you do give. Write a worked column and what didn't work, and then fix it with a new lesson plan using the stuff that did work and changing the stuff that didn't. Once you get a way of teaching though too, it's going to help you if you want to explain things to people. Yeah. That's how I made all the money for flying. I do, whenever I have to repair something around the house, I tell people with my educational knowledge of understanding, like, this is how you do it in a systematic way with layman's terms. And I help them out and they help me out, you know. Edit the old one. Yeah. I would keep them in like a spreadsheet and save them. And that way you can upload them somewhere and always have them. But you have to always write that lesson plan over and over again. 128.0. And then switch to VetCME.com. Let me do that now. Oh. There we go. But you'll get it. First lesson, first couple lessons will be difficult for you. But they know that you know what you're doing. It's just a matter of getting it to the student. So, and know this, you already know the stuff. It's just how to deliver it to a student. So, it's not that you don't know the stuff. And if you have to review something, that's normal too. Eventually you know it because you teach it so much. But that takes a couple of years. Yep. Like John, we just go out there and he knocks it out and knows what works and what doesn't work. He knows how to change things, but he's been doing it for like since the 60s, you know. So, and his teaching approach is different than others. Like, he likes people that go and search out answers or have questions to ask about things, and that works for me, but I'm not afraid to speak up, you know what I'm saying? So other people that have had him have been like, oh, you know, it's kind of like, I wait for him to tell me. I was like, don't wait, just ask him the question. If you have a question, you ask him. But that's the way he teaches. He wants you to be a constant studier, and if you have questions about anything, he answers them. He knows everything. So, all right, let's see how long it's going to take us. About an hour. Yeah, that's what we want to do tonight. Then I'm going to go to bed. Yeah. And it's probably better that it was an instrument lesson, right? So it was probably someone that already knew how to fly, so you didn't have to like worry as much. I mean, you have to worry about safety still, but it's not like a brand new pilot who's trying to put down a landing and you have to keep your arm around the yoke and feel it out with them. So that's probably where the most patience comes in, I would think. Because you gotta make sure they're confident, because I think that's the thing that most people don't have when they first start flying. So it's just the confidence. All right, we're on our way to Laconia. We're about 53 minutes away. Yes, Boston, Logan City. Take a picture of that. I forgot I left the Tobii eye tracker on. Cool. And then sometimes I'll turn it off and I'll keep moving my head thinking, why isn't it moving? Trim down. Yep, so stick with a couple of those and just get that going. But new students are where probably the money's at, because you get them until they're ready, you know? So, you know what? Disregard that. I would take whatever comes your way and work it out, because you're going to have to do it anyway, so. You know, like don't overload yourself, but obviously you need to work, but a wide variety, getting it going on. It's just planning. Planning's the biggest thing. So anticipation is what a pilot does, but planning is what is needed. Teaching. You'll get the teaching part down there. Part of it's going to be confidence for you, but again, you have to trust that you already know everything. It's just, how do I convey it to my student? It's like us teachers that have to take the what they call the MTEL, which is the knowledge exam for your subject. You already know it. You know all the stuff you need to know. It's how do you teach it? So yeah, exactly. It's the delivery, you know. So I wouldn't get distracted. You're gonna be fine. When we fly together again, my friend, again in the Warrior or something, we'll get it going on soon. But you can practice on me if you want. I don't care. You can do a little practicing while we fly. That might also help. There's no judgment here, you know. 48 minutes to go. Only Boston class Bravo. Yep. I didn't fly for October. I'm going to try to get the complex endorsement in November, December. I already booked all those flights. And then I want to do like one like travel flight for winter as of now. So we'll see. Probably during that 2 weeks of winter break that I have, because my wife's got to go back earlier than me. So I've always wanted to do Alton Bay, but I have to go with an instructor. So I'm not going to do that alone, you know. The first time at least. So that's if the ice runway ever works out, but it hasn't done that in the past 2 or 3 years. So I bought crampons and everything, the little spikes that you put in the bottom of your shoes. But that's in Laconia too, you know. I think that'd be awesome. And I think that with the flight instructor, yes, exactly, yeah. But I won't do that without a flight instructor. So just the first time at least. And I think the flight school's okay with it. Like, they literally let us fly anywhere as long as we are responsible, to be honest with you. We're pretty good, so. Yeah, I know. But I thought about also looking to New Bedford for rentals. Not that Alpha 1's bad. It's just a little closer to where I live. So. Here's Boston Logan. And everybody. Some aircraft taking off from there. Boats. Boats. Wales College is down here. Right over here. Mass Ave. Berkeley College of Music down there. brother went to BU, which was down the road. Not that much farther down the road. Oh, here's the ice rink. Yeah, he lived in this dorm over here. Right from what used to be Nickerson Field. They used to have a football program, then they got rid of it. But this is the BU hockey arena. I think it's called Agus Arena or something like that. And there's Fenway. So I used to go visit him over there a bunch of times. I actually used to work at the Star Market, which I believe is right here or there. I used to work there for a couple of years till I got enough private students with guitar, so. Well, we still got to go to like Block Island and stuff because I got to take you places where they won't let you land with that plane. And I get it, it's probably an insurance thing, and it's probably more about students, but I don't know why they wouldn't let you, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a certain, like, instrument rating or, you know, or if you demonstrate to an instructor there that you can land at those runways proficiently, you know? It's probably an insurance thing. Maybe they keep the insurance rates lower by saying that. So yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you, Block Island is a little shorter than most, but it's doable as long as you understand what you're doing. When I landed at Chester, Kilo Sierra November Charlie, that one was really skeevy at the winds that day, but you just were ready to go around and you knew it was going to be short. I did a short field takeoff there no matter what. And most done that Block Island too, just to make sure I got up. So it's just understanding. I said there was a little bit of haze out here so you could see it. Yeah. I still really haven't done a short field landing. Again, I want to land at Cranland someday, but typically it's always been like during the summer where it's really hot, so I never really chanced it. But and then I still haven't done a soft. I mean, we've done obviously got checked in the check ride. I haven't done a real world soft field landing. I have rode on the grass at Parlin Field though with the plane, so it wasn't a landing there. This is how we keep it fresh though.
Qatari 6 Hotel have the in sight. JetBlue 272, Niner traffic in sight.
Okay, pretty good on the trim tonight. Not as bumpy as usual. Start seeing that we're getting in New Hampshire with the hills forming in the distance. I always love seeing that. Trim down slightly. Get some Gatorade Zero going on. I'm supposed to be there in about 45 minutes. Yeah, the 104 diner is pretty good. I got some pictures. Let me get my Facebook up. Take off the Tobii eye tracker so you're not scrolling with my eyes here. Excuse me. Nope. I got pictures of everything here. Alright, this is the Route 104 diner. So there's me and my son, me and Zach. There's the diner. This is up in Laconia. Here's outside of it. That's my wife, Maddie. So yeah, those are the pictures inside. And then, above that, Facebook gave me a memory. It sent me the pictures of me with my old hockey buddy. Flying to Laconia. We flew over Logan. We got to see aircraft landing below us. So it was a pretty good day. I can't believe that was 2 years ago. I let him fly the plane a little bit. That's a really bad landing at Mansfield. I'm not even going to show you that. I'm going to move on. I'm not the best at landing at Mansfield for some reason. It's like my curse. But here's us at Laconia on the ramp. I think that was flying back. This is flying near Boston. That was awesome. Again, Boston did let us go right near Logan Airport again. Here's landing in Laconia. It's not going to be the full landing, though. There's like a big hill on the right side. There you go. And then the hills in New Hampshire. We went for the foliage. So yeah, there's the speedway over there, the Loudon Speedway. More of the foliage. It was a good time. Here's Boston that day. That's near Manchester, New Hampshire. This was taking off that day in Plymouth. Two years ago. Doesn't feel like 2 years ago, but it was. And there we are. Played high school hockey with that gentleman. So it was cool to see him again. And I told him we have to do it again. He's like, yep. And I'm like, yep, I'm going to get on it. So. Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Closest I got to JFK is when I flew the Hudson Sky route with Jet Pilot Cinnamon. How's Atlantic City? Like landing there and stuff. Is it hard? Is it a lot of fees? Because Laconia here, we didn't want to go to the bathroom there because it said it had a $50 restroom fee. So I was like, if you have to go somewhere else. It's a $50 fee. Updating where we are, we're just outside of Boston, going north. Actually, Nick, we're in your territory of Bedford over there. Let's take a look to our right and see if we can see it. There you go, my friend, Bedford. Lawrence Hanscom. Right there. Hello, Nick. And Boston in the background. There is, yeah. I heard AOPA released a story that Signature's cutting their fees at a lot of their FBOs for general aviation aircraft. Like they're like almost having them at certain places. So I don't know. It's that Signature was what used to be like the ban existence of landing fees and stuff, but it seems like with that report, it sounded like they're trying to be a little more inviting. Yeah, that was on the AOPA website. So I know Nantucket went up since we went. It's like $16 now for landing at Nantucket, which I don't think is bad. You go there to visit the island, you know. So, and I didn't know they had a free shuttle service, but if you go to Nantucket again, you can ride that free shuttle service all summer long, all over the island. So my friend and I went around the island on the shuttle. And it was pretty convenient. They had an app that showed you when the shuttle was arriving and stuff. And it goes right to the airport, so. Yep. Well, we'll see. I didn't have a problem with Signature. I went to Signature when I went to go visit Mike at Stewart, you know, so. And they were decent. I filled the plane so that I didn't get hit with any big fees. So. But, I don't know. I got to plan out some Nantucket. We went to Nantucket and ate lunch there. Yep, and then you did IFR on the way back, so the clouds are coming in. Alright, got about 38 minutes to Laconia. Yeah. Bedford just seems like they have a lot of fees, though, and it's probably because they're like the right outside Boston for general aviation, you know? So, that's the only reason why I really don't want to go to Bedford right now. It just seems like the fees were a little much for just a visit, you know? That's all. Looks like an awesome airport, but... Yep, and you actually let me fly your plane. And I landed it in Nantucket, and then you did IFR on the way back. If you haven't visited Jaffrey either, you should do that sometime. Actually, is that 3,000 feet? I think it is. Might not be. Give me a second. If you ever just want to get ice cream in your plane, go to Jaffrey. You basically walk up the road and get some lunch and ice cream there. And that's right over the border there. Digi Driver, what's up? But Jaffrey's pretty nice for like just go in there, eat some stuff. Probably is, yeah. Nantucket, you fly in there and you feel like you're just surrounded by like jets, but it's really all those private jets, you know. My friend couldn't get over that because we were walking the apron. What's up, Digi? How's it going? Doing a quick flight tonight to Laconia. I haven't been to Laconia in 2 years in real life, but we did go during Columbus Day. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Columbus Day weekend, we went there during Columbus Day, or Indigenous Peoples Days, whatever your preference, with the family in the car. So I'm flying there again for a quick flight. There you go. Cool. Awesome. I have it pre-ordered. I ordered the Aviation edition, the $200 one, right below the I wanted the flight bag and stuff, which I did really want, but it's okay. I couldn't see myself. I wanted to buy it through Steam anyway, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. I have a feeling that I'm eventually get what's going on. Okay, whew. Thought that was freezing up there. I'm eventually feeling like I'm probably gonna have to build a new computer eventually. So I'm not really in the market for a computer right now, but I have a feeling that within the next 2 years we're going to be building a new one, which makes sense because this is already 5 years old, and Zach will probably get this build. But that is Lowell, Massachusetts over there. I auditioned for a band back in my 20s called Living Syndication out of Lowell. They were the band that was up in the atmosphere of being signed along with the band Stained, but Stained got signed instead of them, but they were a pretty good band. They were just an hour and a half long drive from me, so that wasn't going to happen. Do you think it's going to be a lot of difference between developing for 2024 and 2020? I did like that you posted the other night that you planned on trying to finish Plymouth, even if it's in a standard way. I like that you said that. No pressure. No pressure at all. I like Nantucket, though. So I do read those updates. In fact, I think I gave a thumbs up on that one, but no pressure. We've downloaded some freeware scenery for Laconia too as well, so I'm interested in seeing what that looks like. Well, you know, it's a start. You know, you can start it as freeware off of that basic version, and then offer the tricked out version and take the freeware down, you know. I don't know. Yeah? Well, you have the models though, right? I mean, you just import the models still, so it's just a matter of the runway textures look nicer in 2024. I didn't get to use the alpha because I wasn't approved in time, but we got about 35 minutes to go. We're at 8,500 feet. Should probably get an updated pressure setting. So let's see what Manchester's saying for pressure. 119.5. I was getting used to the tolls again driving up to New Hampshire. I wasn't used to tolls. I never really paid a lot of tolls in Massachusetts. Really never. So, but if you drive in Dallas, there's nothing but tolls, but you could take the longer route. And when I was in Dallas driving my brother's car, doing all that stuff, I didn't know if it was insured or not, so I skipped all the tolls. I couldn't find the insurance card, so I was like, yikes. And then I was calling my insurance, seeing if I could buy like a couple days of insurance on his car, but then I was like, you know what, I'm just, whatever, I'm just gonna go for it. So, oh god, here we go. I thought about doing the Bonanza tonight, and I'm, there you go. It is a great overlay though, isn't it? I love that thing. It's long, but I like it. I like it a lot. Yep. Well, I had to find a cover of Bonanza that would not get a copyright strike, and that gentleman did it. He's an older gentleman, so. Yeah. When I get more time, I plan on doing more overlays and stuff, but gotta kind of get on some videos for the Eric DIY channel, so that's gotta happen soon. I'm kind of behind on everything. But we reviewed a tent. I gotta make that video. I reviewed a car dash cam, which I still use. I love the thing. I gotta review that. And then there's LED lights for your car. So, oh god, here we go. Let's get ready for it. Brace yourself. I'm surprised I haven't sold a lot of those shirts. I'm still gonna buy mine. I'm putting it in order hopefully soon. Cause I also want to buy my. I haven't sold a lot of them at all. No, and like I don't have them stocked or anything. It's print on demand. But I'm shocked. But I am starting to make a little profit every month, like that much. Some months it's this big, most months it's this big, and I'm not literally losing every month like I started out as. Because I think people are starting to realize that the store is there. So, and I got my SEO going on better. But as long as I'm making a little profit, I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? So. Oh, here we go.
Make it so.
Make it so. You know it. Make it so. Where's my video? Make it so. I can't find it. Did you? I can't. Oh, there it is.
Number 1. Make it so.
There you go. I had so many ideas for the channel and just family takes over, you know, which I knew was going to happen. That's why I fly less in the real world and stuff as we get older and stuff. Sports, stuff like that, coaching soccer. We are in the Manchester, New Hampshire area over there. Airport will be coming up off our left. Now, ground speed could be better, but it's not terrible, so. It's not like 80 knots. That would be terrible. So my computer, this computer, does tick me off a little bit still though, because for some reason if I leave it running, sometimes it will freeze. And I think it's because I have the XMP profile for my memory working, and it just freezes up. And then I go to reboot the whole computer, and it'll say that Windows got corrupted. And I'll be like, oh, great. And then my BIOS won't recognize my RAM and stuff. Oh, God, here we go. All right. Digi, don't lose your humor. Lurk well and prosper, my friend. But my BIOS won't understand my RAM, and I'll have to pull out all the sticks except for one. And then I'll start reading my RAM, but still give me a corrupt message. So then I have to run the Windows 11 boot disk and like basically fix the master boot record, and then it works again. And then I add my sticks back in. It does that about every month and a half. So I try to not leave my computer on when I don't need to. The memory works. I mean, so it's the XMP profiles here and everything like that. But I don't know. My next computer is going to be DDR5 or 6 anyway, so it is what it is, you know. But I'll keep the 3090, and I have my old 2080 to put back in this one, which isn't too shabby for an 11-year-old kid, right? Manchester, New Hampshire. Airport is right over here. That's payware. I believe it's payware. I can tell you in a second. So, KMHT. That is Viewpoint Technologies, Manchester. That is definitely payware. So, looks pretty nice. $28 minutes to go. Not the fastest, but not the slowest. This airport's like the Northern Providence Airport. It's Class Charlie. It's another gateway airport for Boston. We got Manchester, New Hampshire over there. Nick, are you planning on going to FS Expo if you're still around here? If you're still on, that is. Out there is Salem, or we might be over Salem. No, Salem's actually behind us. Canterbury Lake Park back there. Anyways, Laconia is only about 41.5 nautical miles away. I'll give you a look at it here. And here we go. So there's Laconia. There's that Loudon Speedway that we saw in the pictures I showed earlier. Some NASCAR there. Manchester International off our left. Probably should see it this way. I got the tablet in the way. Sorry. I'm worried about hard drive space for 2024. So I'll have to figure that out once it gets released on the 19th. Knock on wood, this restream has been working just fine for now. So, unlike my last stream, and this is the same profile I was using, so maybe I fixed it. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. I won't know. I got some bad news. I'm out of Gatorade Zero. Can't believe tomorrow's only Tuesday. My wife has jury duty though. She had jury duty today, and she has to go back in tomorrow. Not allowed to talk about anything, nor is she. She didn't let me know a lot because she can't talk about much of it. So, but I have to leave school on time right after the last class to get to pick my daughter up from school. So. 22 minutes in. We're just out of Manchester, New Hampshire, over there to our left. Driving through there is pretty cool. I remember gigging down there too. Long time ago, probably 19, 18 years ago. In fact, my mom was still alive. I remember this now. I think we gigged there. Was it? God. I'm thinking, yeah, I think that was my previous original band, my first one. And I think that's the gig where my mom and dad were driving and they went north for some reason and they weren't home. And it was like 5 a.m. and I was like, yeah, I don't know where they are, but I guess I have to call and see if the cops have seen them. And then there was no GPS back then, so that must have been like 20-something years ago, actually, now that I think of it. And they didn't show up till like 5:30 in the morning, and my dad was a mailman at the time, and my mom was a school teacher, and it was a school night, you know, because I was basically in my lull between college and gigging and all that stuff. So, like, I just graduated, but I didn't have my first teaching job yet. And that was a weird night. And then they still went to work, believe it or not. I commended them on that one. I remember that. I guess it must have been that band. Yeah. How did I get booked here? I did the booking. I'm trying to think of how I must have just done it. I don't remember the specifics of doing it, but we played in Manchester, so. Yeah, and then my other band, we played at Sunday River in Maine, and we played at the Outback Pub, which was right on the border near Canada in New Hampshire, or Vermont. I can't remember if it was Vermont or New Hampshire. I think it was New Hampshire, and it was maybe it was Vermont. I can't remember anymore. But they couldn't book bands there that would come because it was so out of the way, but we did it, and it was a pretty nice place. It seemed like a lot of people, a lot of the locals went there, but sadly that place burnt down a couple of years ago or something like that. So it's called the Outback Pub and Spa or something like that, and it was pretty historic over there. Spa restaurant and Outback Pub. I'm wondering if they built it back. Maybe they did. It's in West Stewartstown. Maybe they're like on a food cart now. It looks like they're on a food cart because the place burnt down. Yeah, it's pretty historic up there in West Stewartstown, New Hampshire. Just wondering if they're gonna build it back. They got voted the best poutine in 2024. But the owner was nice too. We got like $1,000 for that gig, playing mostly covers and some originals. And he's like, "Dude, your originals are just as good as your covers." So that was a good guy. Kind of sucks that it burnt down though. Looks like they are rebuilding slowly. Here's one from March 6th, and it has some drywall going on. Interesting. I'm looking at the Facebook right now. Yeah, they have a huge food truck that sells stuff. I'm looking at it. me see if there's any building on Google Maps. We're about 18 minutes out from our destination in Laconia. You see Lake Winnipesaukee coming up ahead. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a building there anymore. No, just the remnants. But there used to be a pub right here. See that? We played in the downstairs. They had a bar downstairs. And now they just have a food truck. See what I'm saying? So kind of feel bad for them, but that's where it was, and then it burnt down. And that was September 2022, so who knows? It was a pretty cool place to play, and they paid very well, and they gave us housing, I believe, for the night. And his problem was he couldn't get bands to play up there. I liked playing up there. There was no phone reception back then. That had to be like 2004 or 2005. Trimming up here. I never went to West Stewartstown before then, but it wasn't that far to go to the border of Canada, so that was kind of cool too. Never did get to gig Canada, so. Okay, getting there. It is. It's pretty nice in the Northeast. It's calm and clear. So, getting real world weather, but not real world time. And I've got scenery loading because that's why it's doing that. But yeah, it's been a pretty nice flight. Let's get some weather. Seeing that we're about 15 minutes out. 133.525. Wind calm. So why don't we do 2.6 like I did when I flew here in real life? That's Lake Winnipesaukee, I think, over there. There's a hill off the right. 054. We're gonna start our descent now. Back to guard. Did you? If you want to do the honors, go ahead. Yeah, I know, isn't it? School year's been going by fast. We're almost done with the first quarter. The elementary school does trimesters. I actually like trimesters better, to be honest with you. But my band kids have been doing better, the ones that practice. The ones that don't, just trying to get them to practice. We're talking about the little kids. And my high school, middle school band slayed it the other rehearsal. They had a good rehearsal. So, alright, we're going to set up a left downwind entry for runway 26 here at Laconia. Give you a look at that right there. That's where we are. The speedway's over here. Again, I'll re-show those pictures. Here's me flying 2 years ago to Laconia with my hockey buddy from high school. We flew over Logan, so we got to fly over planes. Jets landing there. Here's him flying the plane. He's a math teacher. That's my really bad landing at Mansfield. We're not going to watch. This is on the apron at Laconia. And then flying back, we went near Boston again. Here's flying into Laconia, runway 26, which is what I'm going to do tonight. 2 years ago. It's still hard to believe. So that's what we're going to do. There's a hill, so we got to be careful. We Again, off to the right. That might have been the hill to the right, but I'm not positive. That's some of the foliage. So that's what you get to see in the fall up in the Northeast. So yeah, no, dude, the color's been popping this year. Here's the Luton Speedway, which is going to be off our left in the simulator. It's a NASCAR place. It might be this. I might be wrong on that, but the airport's right over there in front of us. Look at the pop there. So this was, I think, a little either post peak or right before peak. And there's Boston on the way back. So it was a good flight. There's Manchester. We flew right near it, but I was high enough over the Class Charlie. That's taking off from Plymouth. So yeah, 2 years ago we did this flight for real. And we're doing it on the sim tonight, so. Got your set going on. That might be the speedway. I'm thinking, yeah, it is. It's right there. See that? So I got a little nervous. I was like, oh, is it like the TFR on or not? Or they're like, no, it's not active. I'm like, okay, cool. I still avoided it. You can see on the chart there, see, it tells me about stadiums and stuff. So, no, interesting. Racing on tracks repeatedly. There's a guy, Papa Meach, I think he is. He comes in. Well, he used to come in a long time. He's on the West Coast, so it's hard for him to get to my streams. But he designs like race tracks that you fly on MSFS. So I tried that for one night. I was up. I was like not sleeping. So I tried those, and those are pretty cool. You know, never really caught on big time, but I kept the tracks to install if I wanted to. It was a cool little swig on things. Excuse me. So we're descending into Laconia. But again, my family and I, we drove up here for our day trip. It was pretty nice. Yeah, Papa Mish things, they were pretty cool. Check it out. I have them so I can click them on and off, but you shouldn't use photogrammetry or something with it. Like last time I tried, she said you couldn't go underneath the bridges or something like that. And I was like, oh, it's more about the adventure. We're gonna be up a little bit late tonight, but that's okay. Well, the streams run pretty smooth tonight. I'd like to thank my OBS for not acting up with the restream tonight. And if you're joining me on YouTube, I appreciate that too. I like to stream to both services. But we are going for a landing in Laconia. Just sitting at that left downwind. With the Luton Speedway over to our left. This looks very much like it does in real life, to be honest with you. But it's not FS 2024. I don't know. I don't know how, like, people say it's night and day in certain places. So, we'll see. Do try to plan on streaming that, but I got parent conferences right around then, so we'll have to see. November 19th is the release date, so. And even then, I don't know how easy it's going to be to transpose our scenery to there. A lot of people saying it's not that hard. It's just, but hopefully the MSFS add-ons manager will be able just to install it in there. You know what I'm saying? Because I like using that program a lot. So I got so much scenery. It's unbelievable. Airport's out there, I believe. Yep. So it's right out there. And it is hard to see at first. So having the flight bag does definitely help. Oh, there we go. It's like, why don't I see any Microsoft Flight Simulator? No drag, no nothing. No. Oh, God. My flight bag is a backpack, to be honest with you. I have a backpack with everything in it. Alright, we have to enrich the mixture as we're going down. Pattern altitude is about 1550. We're just trying to get down here. Trim down. Long descent down from 8,005. Hey, we never got Allison to say descent.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. Make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened and all carry-on luggage is stowed safely and securely in the aircraft. Thank you.
There you go. It's right near the hills, so actually I think it is this out here. But again, there was a $50 restroom fee, so if you have to use the restroom, don't go here. Don't go in the FBO, that is. There is a... We parked on the ramp, so I'm going to park in the same place as we did in real life 2 years ago. But the ice runway is Alton Bay. That's out here on the side, so in the winter, if it ever gets cold enough and it's like, I think 12 inches of ice, they measure it and they post it to Facebook. It hasn't opened in like 3 years, but when there's enough ice, they have the only FAA sanctioned ice runway out there in Alton Bay. I've wanted to do it, but I'm probably going to take a flight instructor with me if I'm going to do that one. So literally I took the FAA course on. It's like you don't use brakes. You try to just glide it in and ride it down. And you got like soft, short field maneuvers. So it's a little tricky, you know. And you're ready to go around if you have to. But they used to hand out like like little tokens. Little like challenge coins if you made it, you know. So I started to be a memorial type thing here. Alright, we gotta get down here though. We're 4,000 feet almost. Keep it coming down. I keep getting some updrafts from the hills. That's not really totally authentic. We got a couple, but it wasn't that bad. But yeah, that wind's coming off the hills. That's what we're fighting. Airport's out there. CTAF is 123.0. We are on VATSIM, but I didn't really use the service tonight, so. Laconia traffic, says in Nautical Foxtrot, 8 nautical miles on the 45, left downwind, runway 26, full stop, Laconia. Keep coming down. You see what I'm saying? That hill, it was a little close there on the turning base to final. But where we went with the car, they have a diner up here called the Route 104 Diner. We went there to eat, but first we went to this place called Fun Spot, which is up here on Lakewood and Pasaki. Actually, it might be up there, but over here more. But it was like an old arcade place. It had like all these old arcade machines, and it was really cool. It was like reminding me of my childhood. And they have like one of the world's biggest pinball machines in the world called the Hercules. It was pretty cool. We stayed there for about an hour, hour and a half with the kids and stuff, played some games, and then we went and ate dinner, and then we went back. So, but it's nice to have that ability to do that. In New England, things aren't that far apart compared to other places. So, okay, we're enriching the mixture. We're gonna go full rich in a second because we're at 3,000 feet. Laconia traffic, says Nautical Foxtrot, 5 nautical miles out on the 45 for runway 26, full stop, Laconia. full rich on the mixture. What is it? It's 1,550-ish. So we're gonna make it. Alright, and this will be the end of our flight tonight. Just a quick little flight to wet the flight taste buds, if you will. It's been a while. I know I still have it though, so that's cool. And the FBO's over here, but we're gonna park over here on what I think is the transient apron, because we just parked there, we had no problems. But we literally just went there after eating at Mansfield just to go up here and see the foliage. So which looks pretty decent in the sim. Look at that, all that foliage. We're now up to 450 background tracks for my soundtrack for my streaming, so I'm pretty happy. Started getting to AI generated music, which has been a blessing, to be honest with you. So, but I haven't got any copyright strikes in a while, so it seems like my library's been authenticated over the streams, which is nice to see. Never really had a problem with Twitch. It's more YouTube than anything, but we weeded out what they didn't like, and it seems like we're on the right path now. So, well, good. Well, I don't think there's anything wrong, my friend, with any of that, to be honest with you. Laconia traffic says Nautical Foxtrot 2 nautical miles 45 left downwind runway 26 final Laconia. But this is freeware from flightsim.to, so I wanted to see what it looked like. It looks like the airport as far as I could see. But Tobii eye tracker on, and we're gonna turn downwind. We'll clear there. First time I got this freeware, so I started updating my freeware, and I was about 8 months behind. So, okay, and this is what got me nervous. See that hill? So you're supposed to be a beam the numbers, then you go to 1700. We'll go 1700 now. Under 110. 10 degrees of flaps. But you see that hill? It makes you nervous, because look, you got to get in there, right? And it's a left pattern. Turning base, got to keep it coming down, though. Yeah, pretty much. That hill, you know, I studied it, and I was like, oh, it can't be that bad. But when you get there, it's a different ball game. You're just like, oh, I better turn in early. So, sweating it a little bit right now, just saying. Okay, down to 1500. We're in the white, another 10 degrees of flaps, angling down. Watching out for this hill. See what I'm saying? Look how close we came to that hill. Runway 26, here we go. Laconia traffic, says an Echo Foxtrot. Turning left base to final. Runway 26, Laconia. Going a little slow here. Does it look like that video I just showed you? I think it does in certain ways. Okay, final thing of flaps. Slowing it down. Hopefully we're coming a little faster. Throttle out. Birds. I like that they put the grass there. That's pretty authentic. It kind of looks like that with the grass. I think we're good. We're just going to glide this in. There we go. Pretty nice landing. It does. It definitely messes with your head. Alright, we're going to turn off the right here. And we're going to park on the transient ramp. But man, that was a pretty nice landing. I have to see the feet per minute on that one. Okay, take a right over here. We'll check out the airport too while we're here, but this looks like the airport, to be honest with you, from what I remember. The hangars were there and everything. Definitely better than the stock. I don't remember the grass being this elevated, but I could be wrong. Laconia traffic says American Foxtrot clear of runway 26. Laconia. Alright, checklist. Okay, after landing, flaps up, strobes off. We're gonna leave the landing light on. Trim set for takeoff. And we're good. Okay, let's taxi to the transient. I don't know, might have an elevation issue here on the flight. The freeware. But the hangars are there, which they weren't that well placed before. So, I don't remember the ground being so elevated. So, that'd probably be a flattened command, no? Some way? I mean, I'm thinking prepared FSX right now. It does seem to flatten out over here, so. Alright, and when I turned off to the right, transient ramp is over there. It's just a big open flat apron, so. I don't remember being so indented though. We parked over here. So there were like 2 other aircraft right there. The FBOs are there, but again, it had a $50 restroom fee. I don't know if that's true or not, but it said it did. But we parked like right over here when I came here, so. In front of the T. Alright. And let's turn it off and then we'll take a look around. Alright, Tobii eye tracker off, ELT verify silent, avionics off, all lights but beacon are off, and full lean on the mixture. It's about an hour and 11, yeah, that wasn't bad. Mags off, master off, lights off, and we are good. Alright, parking brake on. Actually, you know what, we're gonna... There's a pushback feature on this. I don't know if it'll work, but let's see if it does. You push back. You're supposed to use the yoke and turn it. So that's the tow bar. This is cool about the WB Sim mod. But I'm not seeing the T. Thought there was a golden T there. Oh, there it is. Yep. Turn that puppy. There you go. So it's better than slewing, I'll give you that. But yeah, my other left. Sometimes it takes a while to get this, to be honest with you. So let me pull a little bit more. Usually the wings are lined up with the T. There we go. And then to get back, we have to hit Control 1. It sends us back to the cockpit view. And there we go. So that pushback feature is pretty cool. Okay, parking brake on. It is, isn't it? It doesn't work like that all the time. Once in a while it messes up. But for the most part, it's been working. Let's look outside in the drone cam and give this flight sim.tl freeware Laconia a look over, shall we? So that's where I parked in the real world. I think it was the same T. But, yeah, elevation issues. Okay. Definitely got some elevation issues. So I don't know what that's all about, but it looks good from a distance. There were more trees over here. I only know because we didn't want to pay the $50 fee, so we kind of used the outdoor facilities over here. But the FBO's over here. Never even really went there because we don't want to get charged for anything. And then Skybright Jet A fuel. That's pretty cool. No, definitely good freeware. It's got some open hangars there. This pond seems to have like a private jet over here. Pretty cool. I don't know if all these planes are stock on the traffic here, because it could be FSLTL lining them up over there. We got hangars on this side, and they actually have a performing venue right outside the airport. So there you go. It's got the gates. That little white thing is to light up the road. I have like a light add-on thing there. But it has to have those little diamonds for light sources. It's not bad. I do like the texture of the grass here. But there are definitely more trees near the apron. There's a bunch of trees right there. So, or maybe that was where the trees were. I don't remember. I remember walking there. But it's nice to see that they got this foliage here. Except for it going through the taxiway, it's pretty good. So yeah, it's for freeware, it's not bad at all, though, to be honest with you. To believe. Performing venue is over here, I think, if I remember right. So it'd be kind of cool to fly in and watch a concert up here. I don't know exactly where, but it's here somewhere. Now Lake Winnipesaukee right there. Got lots of boats. There you go. There you go, Digi. Keep it coming. Let's see if we can find that fun spot, which was north of the airport. It's over here somewhere. The Route 104 diner I did find a long time ago in the simulator, but it doesn't look like it. But I'll show you the video of that too before we go. Show you what it looks like. We'll try to find the fun spot. So this is very touristy over here. People come up here for the leaves and stuff. But there it is. This is the fun spot with an arcade. Has like a bowling alley, old school skee ball. This is a bingo hall. I didn't even know they had a bingo hall. But it was pretty cool. I don't have pictures of that, unfortunately. But I do have pictures of the Route 104 diner, which is where we ate after. It's me and my son. Here's inside the diner. It's the Route 104 diner. Here's video of it. It's a cool little diner. Wow. Bingo went to fuel. That's my wife and my daughter. And that's it. So those are pictures from the diner. But it's a pretty nice place to eat. Prices were pretty good too. I think I paid like $15.99 for a country fried steak. Not that my doctor should be hearing that, but you know, it was there. But yeah, that's the fun land. Old school arcade and all those games and stuff, and then Laconia over here. And that's where we're leaving it for tonight with this freeware Laconia. I give it a 4 out of 5. I know that it's got some little elevation issues here, but for the effort, I give it a 4 out of 5. Okay, maybe not getting it in the taxiway there, but everything else looks a little bit more updated than what it was before. So that's where we're gonna leave you from tonight. Laconia, it does have details. 4 out of 5. That's what I'd give it. So I got a lot more freeware I gotta download too. I'm still like on page 7 out of like 7 more pages to go or something like that of scenery to download from Flights of Not TO, but not bad. From Laconia and Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire, though, we're gonna call it a night here, so I have to get to sleep. Got to work tomorrow, and I appreciate you all coming out. Thanks to Digi, thanks to Nick Resla, thanks to the people that came out on YouTube as well. Appreciate you all. And if you're on Twitch, we're gonna rate someone, so please stay tuned on Twitch. And I will see you all soon. Eric Flight. Peace out. Have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, push that follow button, by the way, or the subscribe button on the YouTube. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I don't know if that's been updated. I think we might be a little bit more than 834. And on Twitch, we're always looking for people to push that follow button. So please do so. See you later. Remember to tip your waitress and bar staff very well. We'll see you later. Have a great night. Eric Flight. Peace out.